भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम
सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार,
जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 Rama Yo Yogi Ram Yogi Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमार प्रणमस्तु. Our grateful pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan with the Nama lotuses. It's no small grace that we are being blessed with this session of singing every day without fail. Those who are spiritually sensitive would be able to see how much blessing this chanting draws from the divine. Even if you're not aware, that's what Bhagavan said, that every moment that you spend here in the ashram, you are getting drenched in the rain of blessings from Father. Whether you are aware of it or not, it's a truth. So it is, especially when you sing the name massively with so many people. There is a calculation. You will be surprised when you sing a single name, but then you are singing with 100 people. For one single name that you chant, you get the benefit of 100 names. It's divine calculation. Don't underestimate the power of the Nama chanting. Because when we chant the name, the Nama is instantly with us. And if you have faith, the words of the Master, you can also feel the presence of Bhagavan. You can feel his Shakti flowing into you, the vibes all around. Anyway, we have heard many stories of the glory of Nama. Now here is one more, and perhaps two more or three more, as the spontaneity flows. This morning I was talking about when Sita Murthy settled in Bangalore. We have already heard one story before, how Bhagavan appeared before her daughter's wedding in the United States. Here is another story. She says that she was chanting Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar Nama so much, there was longing in her heart for his name and form. So much so, one day when she was watching the TV, it was some channel that was running, and there was a talk about another living master, and this and that. Suddenly she got this longing to hear the name Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, and she was thinking, if only Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar Nama comes on the TV, why is that this name is not coming? He's doing so much for so many devotees. Thousands of devotees live by his name. Why is it, Yogi Ram Sarit Kumar, that your name doesn't come on the TV? Now, even as she was thinking like this, her hand automatically changed the knob. It turned the knob, and suddenly this Shankara TV channel came on the screen. And here was Sri Sukhi Shivam talking on Tiruvannamalai, how the mountain has a magnetic pull by which is drawn many, many great saints to this place and the true seekers of God from all over the world, from Alaska to Argentina. And then he mentioned the word Tiruvannamalai is a place for the yogis. As soon as she heard the word yogi, she was stunned. Just now she was thinking that Yogi Ram Sarit Kumar Nama should come on the TV, at least he is mentioning yogi. And soon, Sri Sukhi Shivam was talking about Yogi Ram Sarit Kumar. You can imagine the thrill, the ineffable joy that she experienced. He was talking about the glory of Yogi Ram Sarit Kumar, the glory of the saints of Tiruvannamalai. That was her birthday, and she was given the gift of this. She said, the minute a thought comes to us, Yogi Ram Sarit Kumar listens to the thoughts, not even words, even at the thought level, he listens to them. He picks them up and fulfills the genuine desire, especially the selfless genuine desires. And she has written, this was just about a year ago, she says Yogi Ram Sarit Kumar is all-pervasive. Otherwise, someone in somebody's house at some time should have a thought and then immediately it materialized. Now, Ashapan, whose sister's family used to come here often, she says that at one point she had this frozen shoulder. There was so much pain and she could not lift her hands at all, especially on the left side. And she went to doctor after doctor and took medicine after medicine, tried so many ways, and the pain wouldn't stop. She was just learning to live with the pain, and yet sometimes it was unbearable. And she used to cry. And then she began to chant Yogi Ram Sarit Kumar Nama seriously and vigorously, begging him to do something about her pain. And again, it was also her birthday, but she was crying to Bhagavan, I'm unable to lift, I'm unable to do anything, and there is so much pain. Can you not do something? She chanted the name and fell asleep. The early morning, the wee hours of the morning, she had a dream. Someone, an old man with a beard and an ochre robe, came to her straight. And what was more, he forcefully pulled her hand. For one thing, she was of course struck by the resemblance. At the same time, the man came and pulled her hand forcibly. She was a little frightened and she screamed. And she screamed, woke up to find herself in the room comfortably, and there was no old man standing there. But she remembered the man resembled closely Yogi Ram Surat Kumar. And then she realized, for the first time, she did not have pain in her shoulders. There was a little pain for a little while, but it was getting less and less and less, that the pain was almost invisible. I have heard Bhagavan say that the great masters, when they cannot do something in their physical form, in this physical world, they would do it in their astral body, in the astral world. They could do it in the dreams also. That's why he said, any dream about any god or a great master, a Mahatma, is real. Though it comes in the form of a dream, they find it easier to do their work in the dreams. So Asha Pant now was very, very grateful to Bhagavan for the gift of this freedom from pain on her birthday. And now we shall go on to another story of a different kind. Sanjay Bhattacharya from Bangalore again, he wrote to say that way back, probably 2004 or something, that his friend Kumaramurthy had come from Chennai and he had come from Bangalore to the ashram. They had darshan of Bhagavan's Murti, spent some time in the ashram, and around 11 o'clock they started from the ashram towards Kanchipuram. They also wanted to have darshan of Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swami of Kanchipuram. It took quite a few hours, that by the time they reached, it was 4:30 or so. And because they had not taken their lunch, they were feeling very hungry and tired. Nevertheless, they joined the queue because Balapiriva, Swami Vijayendra Saraswati, was giving darshan, and there was a queue. They went to join the line. And they were praying to Bhagavan, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, we feel tired and hungry. Please give us something to eat. And as they were nearing, Balapiriva saw them. Immediately he called his assistant and said, take these two to the dining hall, give them some leftover of the lunch. They were surprised, delighted that their prayer was answered immediately, and they went inside. By the time they finished their late lunch. It was 5:15. And then they began to wonder, because Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swami would usually leave the place of darshan by the time. So they were not sure they would have his darshan at all, because for which sake they had come all the way to Kanchipuram. Now, in having this late lunch prasad, they had missed out on darshan. Again they started, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat, we have come all the way for darshan. Please make it possible. And of course, soon the news reached them that he was still in the room. So they ran and had their darshan of Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swami to their hearts filled. So you see, the grace helps all the time. The minute you appeal to the grace and generosity of Bhagavan, chanting his name, you see how the grace works. And so intelligently arranging things for the sake of the devotees. They may seem small, small things, but at the time of happening, it fills one with wonder and it deepens one's faith and devotion. So these leelas are very important. So deepening of the faith and devotion is several steps more towards the divine, the final move to the divine. And that's why when I started the series during the Corona period, people were dying. There was so much depression all around, despair, bleak despair and depression. Sometimes there were news that half the family died. So pathetic. I could not tell them, you're not the body. You are the pure awareness. Who would listen to it? Swami Vivekananda said, don't talk religion or God to a hungry man. Now people were dying. And they were so agonized, in deep depression. And so I started the Leelas of Bhagavan saying, one Leela a day will keep the Maya away. And true to that, there were many, many reports from many people that they benefited so much from the stories of the glories of Bhagavan and his name. Now, there was one more thing that happened. Yesterday night, I got this feeling, this Leela of Shanti Murti, and this morning I narrated it, and 3 hours later, she was here and she had no idea that I was talking about her this morning. To her great surprise and delight, I told her that only this morning I was telling people about her and how she came upon the name Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar on the TV. So you see, things are getting linked, once again and again proving the all-pervasiveness of Bhagavan and that he is listening to our thoughts and words. He is with us all the time. Let us remember, Bhagavan said, when you call out the name, there is no need even to pray separately, because Nama is Nami, and Nami is consciousness, the divine consciousness, the pure consciousness within us. And it is in this consciousness our very thoughts occur. So how would he not know the thoughts? So again and again, these Leelas prove the presence of God with us, presence of our Bhagavan with us and within us. He told me once, Devki, this beggar is with you and within you. There is no need for any anxious search outside. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan, begging again and again, for that's all we can do. But let's beg a million times. Let's go on begging, because begging or words of prayer in the powerful shrine of Bhagavan will bear fruit one day or the other. We beg you, Bhagavan, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic state of normalcy to this world. Today's world is full of violence and growing enmity between people and people. In the houses also, the same house brothers quarrel over property. The cousins quarrel. And there is so much violence and abuse all around. It's frightening to take the paper in hand. So much drinking is going on. We hear other stories as well, child abuse, woman abuse, and whatnot. And again, the war is already going on with all its atrocities. And the sudden attacks of killer diseases and the violence of nature. Nature on its part gets furious in different ways, causing so much havoc all around. Bhagwan, we beg you, the cosmic controller, as you had often declared, to bring in peace, unity, harmony, order, and growing friendship and brotherhood, mutual understanding and help. And then this war must stop. There must be negotiations, and there must be peace all around. We also beg you to keep these diseases under control and the violence of nature. And not only that, we beg you to destroy, to uproot all the negativities of the human mind which are responsible for today's violence in the world. We also beg you to reach out to those people, all those people who are thrown into such agonizing, devastating, disastrous experiences of life for some reason or the other, due to their past karmas, unable to get help or protection. We beg you to reach out to them and do the needful. And we also beg you to protect all those unselfish people, genuine people who are doing service for the sake of the others. Please protect them from unhealthy reproaches, criticisms, and blocks in their constructive work. We beg again to promote the economy of the country and the growth in the varied fields of activity, from science and technology to culture and spirituality, that India would reach that highest status of the world teacher, as you yourself have predicted, so that it could lead the whole world in the path of dharma. And we beg you again, pray to you in all earnestness for ceaseless chanting of your powerful name, knowing that every nama is packed with your power and grace. They are vibrant consciousness with so much compassion. And we must also have unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings. Bhagavan used to say, take up one teaching of any great Mahatma and practice it all your life. Practice, practice, practice. This is what he would say. And Bhagavan, we should be able to assimilate all this and make it over into Atma Shakti. We also beg you to bless us to be sattvic instruments in your hands, not violent demons like Ravana and Kamsa, Duryodhana. Please bless us to run our everyday life in remembrance of you as an offering to you. We don't want to be caught by the snares of Maya We want freedom, liberation, redemption. We want that ultimate state of peace and bliss, which is independent of any object or person of this world. But then we need to be purified because our mind is full of desires for worldly possessions. And so there is fear that we would lose something that we got. And there is anger because we did not get what we wanted. And there is sorrow because we have lost it completely. We have lost a dear one, or we have lost some possessions. I remember at this point, in Sanadi Street house, there was a lady who came and sat there, and she started to cry. Right from the moment she entered, she was crying, crying, crying. Bhagavan turned to me and said, Devki, start chanting the name. So I started Yogi Ram Saritama, and the others joined me. This lady would join for a little while and again stop. And then she would burst into tears, sobs. And then again Bhagavan would say, Devki, start again. And then she would join for a little while and again stop it and start crying. Then Bhagavan turned to me and said, this beggar is giving her the crown jewel, but she can only think of her lost jewels. So you see, Nama is the crown jewel, given specially, gifted to us specially by the Divine Master. And we know that each Nama does its transforming work. It can destroy, it has the power to destroy all our past sins. So why wouldn't we take it up? Here is just chanting the name which can destroy your past sins so that you don't have to suffer the consequences. Bhagavan, we take refuge in your Nama and joyful chanting of that. We also take refuge in service, in the service of our Bhagavan. Wherever we are, whatever work falls into our hand, we may live in a house or in a forest, or we may live in an ashram. Whatever work, be it small or big, falls into our hand by the force of circumstances or by the surroundings. If we think that the whole cosmos belongs to Him, because He created, He is the true owner. He is the owner of our body. It is He who created our body, yet we call it our body. He has put the breath in us, and we call it my life, our life. What did we do to create this body or put life in it? The whole cosmos was created by Him, and it belongs to Him. So every work that you find is only Father's work. Only thing is, it becomes so, it becomes Father's work if you do it in that spirit, in the spirit of service to Bhagavan. And then even the movement of our little finger with the thought of Bhagavan will become Atma Shakti. Bhagavan, please bless us to do it in the right attitude without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, and that the service that we do must be joyful. We also beg you, Bhagavan, to bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us. This acceptance is going with the life's flow. Because whatever comes to us, whatever life brings to us, comes straight from the source. It is the will of God. And it can only do us good. And it is meant for our greater good. Unless we suffer, we don't turn to God. And whatever gifts that we get in life, we think that we deserve it and that we have earned it. It's not true. It comes by the will of God. And if we don't get it, then we suffer and then we turn to God. Then only we realize the power of God. So it's meant for our spiritual growth and our closer relationship with God. Bhagavan, please bless us to be able to see your living, vibrant presence everywhere and in everything. Please bless us to be able to feel your sankalpa behind all the happenings of life. And Bhagavan, most importantly, to be able to detect your hidden grace even in the most ruinous suffering of our lives. When there's a sudden attack of some past karma, we see in all our lives how things begin to go wrong. Everything that we attempt is a failure. Everything that we say will be mistaken by people. And everything that we do misfires. And you begin to wonder what is happening and you go mad. And then you begin to blame everyone else for your failures. And you begin to resent God that He has let you down. And you try to move away, but then God, out of His generosity and love, would not let you go. Bhagavan says, for those of us who do His service and chant His name, His Father would convert all the adversities into great blessings. Bhagavan, we beg you that even if we try to move away from you, with no understanding at all of the subtleties of life or the secrets of the soul, you bless us so that we would not leave you and all our adversities would become great blessings for our Atma Shakti, Atma Bala, Atma Labha. Bless us to be grateful to you all the time. We seek your blessings for all the species of this cosmos, in whatever state of being they are, in whatever state of misery they are, to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek liberation from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, from the cause of this vicious cycle, which is aham bhavam. I am the body. And everything that's related to the body is mine. And so there is so much jealousy and competition, anger and fear and sorrow. We beg you, Bhagavan, to liberate us from the tyranny of the ego and be blessed with that immortal life and that eternal living and eternal servitude to you, that supreme, eternal, divine awareness. The Supreme Brahman. Jai Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar.